Matt Rowe, what do you think about game-based learning? When should a coach, and how often should a coach in games?
So it's a great question, and this is something that I've learned from doing the hard yards. Again, as an 18-year-old, I was replicating what I had as a coaches, which were shouting on the sidelines, commanding every move, commanding every play. Um, and as an 18-year-old, that's exactly what I was doing. I'd be going home, losing my voice, and gradually, like I said, going through these FA courses. We're taking part in practicals. No one's shouting at us. You know, even if you go watch the Prem, how often are the managers sat down on the touchline just taking notes? They're not screaming, hollering. Some maybe are, but a lot of the times they're writing things down because they know that the players can't necessarily hear you. I know there's been a study that said in the Prem, um, you have 1.5 seconds uh, in order to get your piece across during the gameplay. So if I'm shouting, for instance, not me, but if you're looking at Mikel Arteta, if he's shouting to issue instructions on the sidelines, he has 1.5 seconds in which to do that. Okay, at grassroots, the game's going to be slower, but it's, for me, coaching happens on the pitch, on the field, the training pitch. That's where you coach. That is where you get your message across. It's then up to your players on the game day to then enact that. And for me, I like to give the game to them. The game is their time. The game is for them to show their stuff in front of their parents, in front of me, in front of their teammates. And that's how I approach game days. It's okay, the warm up will replicate what we did in the training, which is from the scheme of work, whatever, the planning cycle. So that will replicate what I want to see from the game. If we do that, brilliant. It doesn't matter if we lost 5-0 or 3-2 or whatever. If we can do the things that we're trying to develop as a team, as players, again, give the players individual challenges each game. Give your left back, okay, this time I want you to take the ball and look for a pass inside. Go for that 1-2, make that triangle. Can you receive, pass to the centre midfield, and then receive from the centre midfield? That way, you're now on the halfway line. Then you go and attack. So you give these little instructions, but you're not hollering, you're not effing and blinding on the sidelines, trying to command and dictate every play. And I think the kids learn a lot. But again, that's one with the culture. The culture changes, and especially here in Mexico, they're very different in the terms of culture. They want to see a coach that is animated, that is effing and blinding to the kids, to the ref, to the linesman, contesting every decision. Um, whereas I myself now, I'm much more relaxed, I'm much more calm. I'll make notes, I'll speak to the subs and give them something to look at. Okay, how do you think you could have affected that play there? Or how could, I'm going to put you on in right midfield in 5 minutes. Have a go how you could get the better of their left back. Are they left footed? Are they right footed? Are you going to try and go in behind? Are you going to come in diagonally? Are you going to drop into the space? Is there a big space between midfield and defence? And that way you're constantly developing and educating those players throughout the course of a game. Okay, you're not doing it on the touchline to the players that are playing. You're also involving the substitutes. But again, I think that's a common theme that I see, and that if that culturally could be changed, do your training on the match day, try and replicate that on the game day, and keep educating, keep being the role model on the match day, and there you go. You're on a win-win situation.